We'll start with you. You've been friends with Jan over there for how long?
About 25 years.
One of the things you appreciated about Glen was the fact that he's a rather talented person. You enjoyed art. You didn't just enjoy it, you did a degree in it, correct?
I certainly did.
What was the degree, sir?
It was a fine art degree.
Who are your inspirations, sir?
My inspirations would be people like Mondrian, Patrick Caulfield.
Very good.
Michael Craig-Martin. Again, quite bright, garish, off the wall, lovely.
The artistic manifestation of the shirt you're wearing, correct? When I look at this, sir, this reminds me of the work of Jake and Dinos Chapman. In other words, it's quite surreal and that sort of thing. It's very, very odd indeed, to say at the very least. It looks like the love child of Cruella de Vil and Mick Jagger.
There is a kind of romantic comedy about it, I'd say.
Was his dad happy with it?
Yes, he was.
Where does it sit now?
In the shed.
Have you been commissioned to make pieces for individuals?
I have.
Roughly how many a year? What are we talking?
In recent terms, probably one per year.
Understood. That's the nature of art, sir. Have you been aware, other than this example, of the nature of the work that he makes?
I have, yeah.
And it's also right to say that you made a table for him, correct?
Certainly did, yes.
Yeah.
You were happy with that table?
I was, yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Did you specify what sort of table you wanted? What was the brief that you gave him?
Table.
Now, here's the important thing. You have had a rather wonderful 2 years, correct? Before April 2017, you and your then girlfriend ended up going to North America. And the reason you went there is you've always had an interest, as I understand it, in Native American culture, correct?
I have, yeah. That kind of started after the road trip. We did a road trip in 2017.
Where did you end up?
So we toured kind of Southwest America. So we visited the Grand Canyon, Zion National Park.
I'm sure that's splendid. I need to know where you ended up, sir. It's not that Judith Chalmers isn't here. It's just I need to know where you ended up.
So we ended up in Joshua Tree National Park. It was a really special place. It's very isolated, no phone signal, you're kind of cut off. It's just a really kind of quiet place where you can kind of be at one in nature. I've always been quite a spiritual kind of guy, Judge.
And that triggered an interest which it seems you always had in Native American culture. Is that right?
Correct, yeah. When we got back from that road trip, my then girlfriend bought me a DNA test and actually came back that I'm 1/64th Cherokee.
That really triggered your interest even more.
Correct.
Now, eventually, you ended up proposing to your girlfriend, correct?
I did, yes.
And here's the thing. There was something very, very special about that place that we see in that photograph, which, again, was made infinitely more important to you once you discovered that you have a personal, potentially spiritual connection to the land itself, right?
Yes.
Within your DNA.
Yes.
So what did you decide to do when you planned your wedding with your now fiancée, sir?
So we planned our wedding. We're having a wedding in the UK where family, friends and everyone can attend. But we came upon the idea of flying out to the States, back to Joshua Tree, and actually conducting the ceremony in the national park. So we obviously planned the wedding out there in the US, and as part of that planning, we were discussing decorations for the wedding in the UK. And we came upon the idea of having some kind of representations of things that mean a lot to us. One of the things we thought was, can we get a totem pole made that kind of represents my heritage and just something that's of interest to us both.
What did you ask Glen to do in terms of the totem pole that you wanted?
So I asked him to make 2 totem poles with the likeness of both of our faces on there, with some other kind of features like animals that we both like.
So what did you offer to do for him?
I offered to build him a piece for a massively reduced fee, basically just to cover my time as a favour for my friend.
Well, how much would you ordinarily charge?
For a piece like this, I would say in excess of £3,000. As I said, I'm not by trade a figurative artist, but I feel I can get enough of a likeness to be acceptable.
There are different sorts of art. There are people who make likenesses in portraiture, and there are artists who are more abstract. Have you ever been asked to make something so specific?
I have had many briefs, especially pet portraits and such things, which is a more mainstream, figurative representative photographic style.
This is a moment, Michelle, I'm going to ask you to unveil the piece. Thank you very much. Now, sir, actually, laughter.
You see, there is an element of fun in it as well.
There's certainly that.
It's an enjoyable piece, correct?
Yeah. Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.